Okay, guys, I just want to make sure that you can hear me. Yes, no, yes, yep, great, excellent. Okay, we are recording this show, and thanks for joining us. This is about VirCast, and I like to call this VirCast training. And yeah, my eyesight is gone. Can you hold on just 1 minute? Somebody's actually. Hold on. Somebody's calling me. Just wanted to mute that. Okay. We're gonna just go into the back office of VirCast. I'm going to talk about a few things, but before we get started, today's date is May 1st, 2013. As many of you know, we had some unexpected conflicts with our product. We basically installed the product twice on our dedicated server, and by doing that, the second install overwrote some other parts of our new install of VirCast, so it's caused some problems. And we're slowly getting those problems fixed. The first problem and the biggest problem we recognized was the ability to have more than one moderator in at the same time and conflicts with that. That has been resolved. We did a test yesterday or last night, late last night, and it worked out great. So we're very happy with that. But at the same time, we realized there was another problem. And the problem was recording, the desktop sharing. There's a problem getting into desktop sharing. That's being fixed as we speak. I assume it's going to be fixed tonight. Now, one thing that I've done, that I did last night, is I made some changes to the look and feel of the room of VirCast, some very small changes which I think are good ones. And anybody who's not a member of VirCast right now, if you want to sign up to VirCast today, you can do that. And it is working. The process is working. The only thing that's not working yet is desktop sharing. And as I mentioned, you probably won't be doing a show tonight anyway, so you won't need desktop sharing. And if you know you're not going to need desktop sharing, then everything is working mighty fine. So I'm going to go into desktop sharing in a second. I did see that there were a couple questions earlier in the question board. As you know, there's a general chat section and there's a question board. And if you want to have that area larger and you don't need to see who's in the room, you can click the tab button, the greenish tab button, to get rid of whoever is in the room in seeing that happen. Or you can leave it as you wish. All right. Ken Helmers asked, did you get the phone to work around, phone in workaround going? And I'm actually going to reply with that and make it visible. And I just wrote, you can actually look at the question board and you should be able to see the reply, which is, no, I want to make sure that all other parts of the site is working first. Okay? Cool, glad you could make it. Yes, William. All right, so anyway, let's go into desktop sharing, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to remind people that right above the general chat word is also another tab, and while you're watching this desktop sharing episode on the back office of VirCast, you'll be able to also ask questions if you wanted to do that, and I will frequently try to remember to go back there. John Wood started to ask a question, but it didn't get through, John, so you'll have to ask it again. It just says John Wood asks, so you need to ask the question again. So let's go into desktop sharing now. Say goodbye to my handsome little face. Goodbye, handsome little face. And John Wood said he was just checking it out. Okay. All right, my desktop sharing looks and appears to be active. As we talked about earlier today, we talked about the VirCast webinar event system. And before we go into the back office of VirCast, I want to go to the front page of VirCast. And a lot of times this page is cached in your website on your computer. So you might want to, once you go to VirCast today, you might want to hit the refresh button. And I'll show you. Once you hit the refresh button, you'll see a couple things that couple changes that I've made. You'll notice that I've added member login and sign up buttons right here, and I increased the size. A couple days ago, these buttons were a lot smaller. I increased the size. In fact, I didn't just increase the size there. I increased the size of all the wording on all the pages. The fonts here are very small, and as my eyes get very old very fast, I couldn't see it very well. So I hope you guys find that if you've noticed that the fonts are bigger and better, I hope that you guys find that to be helpful. Now, you'll also notice right on the front page, I've added a couple things. I've added, I think, a sentence here. Webinars done the virtual webcast way means virtual webcast meetings are done right, done fast, and done cheap. Shop us last. And I'm really serious about that. Shop us last because you'll find in terms of pricing and having a brandable room, which is extremely important, we will always win. And you can see our pricing right here, right off the bat. And anybody, again, who's not a member of VirCast and wants to try us out, you can try us out today for as little as $14.97 a month with 200 rooms. Okay, $14.97 for 200 rooms, and it's brandable. Or you can do the what I like is this is the best value, I believe, 500 attendees per room, and you get 3 brandable rooms, and you can sign up, and it's only $34.97. So if I click on here, I'm going to do that right now, just so you guys can see what happens. I've created a basic page, a very basic page that also has a video here that kind of explains what's going to happen. I'm just going to pause this video once it starts. All right, so I just stopped that, but this basically talks about what the process is. The process is that as you slide down here, you fill in the registration page. The username, I may say it here, username can be anywhere between 3 and 64 characters long, and I'm just going to make up a username, and then I'm going to have an email address. Make up an email address. That's not an actual email address. I'm going to make up a password, and I'm going to put in a name here. And I'm going to click on submit. So the first step in getting your product is to fill out the registration form. The second step, once that's done, is to select a package. The Pro package is 1 fully brandable room with 200 attendees for $14.97. The best value is 3 fully brandable rooms with 500 attendees, and the Expert system is 10 fully brandable rooms with 500 attendees for just $99.97 a month. And I want to point out that many of these services, if you go to GoToWebinar, you only get 1 room for basically $99 a month, and it's not a 500 attendees, I don't believe. And then this is a test site. Anybody who signs up today using the test site, they're going to lose 10 cents because I'm just going to delete the account. After the end of this show, I'm going to get rid of the test account. We wanted to test things out, obviously. So I'm actually going to click on the test account so you guys can see exactly what happens on the next page. So I click on this, and then I click on buy, and this is like a confirmation page, and I'm going to mention, we want to confirm once again that that's what you want to do, and you click on the Pay Now button, and the Pay Now button is going to open up a new page, and that new page is your PayPal system, and you click on obviously you have to log in. Once you log in and you pay, it'll then automatically take you right back to VirCast and ask you to just put in your username and your password that you just did, and you're all signed up. Okay, so I'm going to go back and see if anybody has any questions about that, and then I'm going to go in the back office and talk about training. Let me just go back here for a second, see if anybody has any questions. Now you guys can see the question board here. Let's see. All right, here's some questions. John Wood asks, he didn't fill it out, he's just testing. What link and info do we give a guest moderator for our webinar? Great question. And Deb says, are the affiliate links up and running? No, they are not, Deb. That I'm hoping will be done by Friday. That's my goal. My goal is to, what's today's Wednesday? Yeah. Friday, I believe we'll have that done. I actually put in a message this morning to the affiliate system because I was confused as to how to get the two linked together a little bit. So I need to have confirmation on that, and hopefully that'll be done. I'll be testing it tomorrow, and it'll go live on Friday. That's the goal. Okay. Let's see if anybody has any questions in general chat. Nope. All right. So I'm going to go back to training room here. So, okay, now I'm just going to go back to VirCast. And again, if you guys want to learn how to sign, if you guys want to go in, I would just go to VirCast.com and click on member login. That's the best way to remember how to find the login page, because the login page is not an easy page to look at. As you can see up here, it says live.vircast.com:8081/default/user/account-login. It's a long thing to remember. Obviously, you can bookmark that if you wish. Now I'm going to log in as me. Okay, I'm now logged in as a user. Now I know many people here are the we're the early bird founders, and for all early bird founders, they got 10 webinar rooms with 500 attendees per room, and you're all set to go, and it's a one-time payment, and you guys are the lucky ones because as you can see, if you were to get this package that you have now, it's $99 a month, basically $100 a month to get this package, and you guys have this package for life at a one-time small fee. All right. And by the way, we will have at some point another special. It will not be as good as the one that the founders got. So I guess the question that Terry had was, how do we get a link for moderators? Well, you click on moderators, and for instance, here is I'm just going to create a dummy moderator because I can't remember if they have their passwords showing up right away. So it's going to be Dan Smith. Dan@smith.com. And I'm actually trying to remember this myself, Terry, how this is done, but I know there's a link that shows up somewhere. Dan Smith. And click on submit. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to go into my webcasts. So step 1, create a moderator that you want to create. Step 2 is go to my webcasts. Step 3 is to go to the webinar that you want to have Dan Smith be a moderator along with Terry Holt, or along with the owner of the system. All right, so you're going to go in here and click on Edit. It's either this edit or let's see. Yeah, you're going to go in here and click on Edit. Once you click on Edit, you want to make sure that Dan Smith is added as a moderator. Okay? And then you click on Submit. Okay, so now what we've done is we've created a moderator. We added Dan Smith as a moderator to the system. Now, one of the things that I kind of forgot to do is to, let's see if I can edit it right here. I want to take a look at Dan Smith again for a second, guys. Because I really want to click on, I really want to check on moderator privileges and what Dan Smith has the ability to do, because you can give Dan Smith a lot of abilities or none. Okay, we'll worry about that. Oh, here it is, permissions. So you want to click on permissions, and you want to see what can Dan do. It says here that Dan can manage webinar skins. You typically don't want a moderator to change skins around for you. You typically don't want your moderator to create a webinar session or delete a webinar session or edit a webinar session. You do want your moderator to have the privilege to definitely start a webinar session. And what that means is that if your webinar starts at 11 o'clock and Dan Smith gets in at 10:30, he has the ability to click start the webinar, and he can be a moderator, and people can come in early to meet Dan Smith. You don't want to have them create a webinar, edit. You can obviously have them do all that, but typically you only want them to have the start the webinar. You don't want them to change the webinar skins, but you do want them also have the ability to view the webinar. So you click submit and save it like that. And let's see. Now he wants to know how to get in the webinar. Oh, so what you want to do is you want to have them click on member login, and you will give them the username and password. So let's test this out. I'm going to go to another browser, so bear with me here. And my system is moving slow, so I installed Follow Scout. This is the first time it's loading up, and that's why it's taking so long. So it figures, right? While it's loading up, let's take a moment and see if anybody else has any other questions while I'm showing people how to do this. Let's see. You sound okay now. Was I breaking up? Sorry about that. Am I okay now? Yeah, I was downloading something. Sorry about that. It was inaudible. I was telling you how much I like you, Sean Carpenter. You missed out on that. Not. I wasn't multitasking. What was happening is that I installed on my other computer. I installed a new system called Follow Scout, and on this computer, it was installing for me automatically when I loaded up Google for the first time. So it was not an intentional download. All right, so here we are. You guys should be able to see this. We're in Google now. We're in Google Chrome right now. And what I want to do, I just created Dan Smith as a moderator for one of my sites. Excuse me, for one of my webcasts. So I'm going to click on Member Login. This is what you're going to tell that moderator to do. Okay, I made you moderator. Click on VirCast. Go to VirCast.com. Click on Member Login, and enter the username, which was Dan Smith, and then the password, and then click on Login. So Dan Smith is now a moderator for a certain webcast. So if you click on My Webcasts, if Dan Smith clicks on My Webcasts, he's only going to see the webcast that I made him moderator for. I only made Dan Smith a moderator for one webcast, not for any other webcast. So now he has the ability to go in here and start the webcast. All right. So again, I'm going to go back to here, create the moderator. You give him the permissions that you want to give him. Then you go to your webcast that you've already. Once you go to the webcast that you've already created, you want to go to the webcast that you want to make Dan Smith a moderator for. And this is the one we made him a moderator for. So you can see I have 1, 2, 3, 4 webcasts already created, but Dan Smith can only see this bottom webcast, the one that's called VirCast 101, because I added him as a moderator in here. So the only people now that can go in here are me and Dan Smith. I can add in JQ, I can add in this test one, I can add in me when I put on my Superman costume, and I do look sexy in tights, baby. I really do. Or I can add in the other Gabby if I wanted to. All right. Okay, let's see if anybody has any questions about that. Is that clear? Clear. Anybody have any questions about that? Checking, as you can see if anybody has any questions. Yes, no, maybe so. Terry, was that helpful if you're still in the room? Deb says she's got it. She's got it. We got it. Terry Holt, are you there? Come in, Terry. Terry, come in, Terry. Looks good, got it. Okay, great. Excellent. Okay. Good, we made some progress on that. I actually kind of forgot how to do that myself, and I just kind of like remembered at the last minute that that's what you need to do. You set up your moderator, then you have to personally contact your moderator. Now, that's really kind of an easy thing to do. You can either email them the instructions, or you can call them on the phone or Skype them. Say, listen, I just made you moderator for this website. All you need to do is go to VirCast.com, click on Member Login, and your login information is Dan Smith, and I gave you a password of blank. Okay. And that's it. And then they're able to do whatever they want to do inside here. And this is what they can see. Again, they can only see that one system, and they don't have that many. They can't do too many things. It says manage. It does say manage web skins, and they might contact you if you did not give them that privileges. You can say, yeah, no, you can't do anything with that. Okay, you can just go and hit start and get ready. One thing I will have a video on this, because you're going to want to send Dan Smith a video on how to do this. You can say, hey, Dan, here's a video. This is what you need to do. And then show him how to click on start and all that kind of fun stuff to start the broadcast or to share the moderation with you. All right. The easiest thing, if you don't really need to have a moderator, the easiest thing to really do is to go into, let's see if we can do this live. We're going to go into here. The easiest thing to do is typically, you guys should be able to see the names here on the right hand side, is typically take this name, here's Bill Licht, and here's Sean, I can click on Sean and drag his name into here. Now you see how it has an X on there. I can't drag it right now, but when we're in the main page where you can see my video or somebody else's video, you drag them right next to you and drop them, they then become a moderator. So that's how you can get them to be a moderator real fast. You can drop them right in there like that. Okay, they won't have too many privileges, but they will be able to do the speaking and they will be able to answer questions and all that kind of fun stuff. Okay. Hey, I'm gonna click on home. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna click on home for a minute because I know you guys miss my face and you want to see me. Yeah, I'm on a computer. Don't get me, man. You're also on a computer that you're probably in your boxers or tighty whities, Sean, right? that's the real truth. Don't click on me. I'm in my tighty whities. Let's see. Ken, what is the webcast info? Let's see. Ken, what is the webcast info tab? I didn't see that. I'll have to take a look at it again. I'm waiting your one-to-one help in my office. I'm going to be there as soon as this ends with spandex outfit on, yes. What a thought, yeah. Exactly, Ken. Ken, I'm not sure exactly what you may mean by how do you find the webcast's URL to give out to attendees? Oh, yes, Ken, thank you. Great, I'm going to do that right now. Let's show that now. That's what I didn't understand. Okay, and then we have some of the questions here. Terry says, what link to give out to moderator? We answered that. Are the affiliate links running? You answered that. How do you generate a link for a public webinar? How do you generate a link for a public webinar? I'm going to show that. Can we play videos from the YouTube in the room? Right now, I don't know the answer to that. I will test that. I have not tested that yet. And I think the answer is yes, but I have not tested it. All right, so let's go into desktop sharing again. One moment, please. Okay, so the question was, I want to go right into here. All right, so let's say that you've created your webinar. This particular webinar is a private webinar. As you can see, I can make it public or private. And I'm going to keep it private just so that you can see where you can get the two links. You want to click on My Webcasts. And My Webcast is your most important section right here. You want to click on My Webcast. And here is the private. All the other ones are public. And I'll show you the difference in here, right? Here is the webcast participants. You don't look at here, webcast information. Okay, so if you scroll over all of these slowly, you'll get a pop-up information. And this one says it's the webcast information link, and you click on that link. When you click on that link, you see a couple different things. Is it enabled? Yes. What type of webcast is it? Is there a password for it? No. What skin are you using? Is there an exit URL to it? No. What's the webcast name? And here's the login link. This is the link to use to invite your participants. So I'm going to copy this link, and I'm going to open up my Google Chrome account here. I'm going to log out of here. Just to show you how this works, I'm going to paste up here that link that I just copied. And this is the page that most of you see, and this is the page, and I'm going to edit this to make it a little more attractive to everybody, but this is the page that most of you will see before you sign in to the rooms on a daily basis, right? And the person puts in their name and email, excuse me, first name and last name, and they click on login. Okay? But again, this is a room, this is a page that I'm going to work on a little bit with these words to make sure everybody understands what they need to do. But that's what the link is that you guys want to use to get it. I'll do it again on my webcast. And when you click on my web, you're taken to this section here. And this is all of your webcasting. And right here is this whatever 1, 2, 3, 4. The foot over from left to right is the webcast information. Now, if I click on the private link, this is what I wanted to show you. Seeing one public link, you're going to see two links in here. One is the registration link, and one is the login link. So you really want to make sure that you use this registration link. And so for instance, Terry Holt, what Terry Holt wants to do is he wants to log into his account, go to my webcast, click on the webcast information link, and find this registration link and send it off to me so that I can paste this into the VirCast event calendar. Okay? So I'm going to copy this link and I'll show you what this one looks like. And this one's very basic, and this is going to be improved dramatically over the next week or so. It says, VirCast 101, because I didn't provide much information in setting up this page, but this information can be all filled up. VirCast, the best new web tool in the business. Now, where I wrote this is all HTML editable, and you can actually put in a video right here. And let's say Deb Lane's doing a broadcast and she wants people to register for the event. Right in this section here, she can put in an HTML and she can put a video in here saying, hey everybody, my name is Deb Lane. I'm so glad that you came in here. This is a very important webinar, and it's really going to show you how to make $1,000 in the next 30 days. If you're interested in learning how to make $1,000 in the next 30 days and double that every 30 days for the next 6 months, then you really, really, really want to come into our show. So please provide us with your primary email address so that we can send you out a confirmation. And yes, would like your first name and last name as well, as those are requirements. Do that now. So this right here is up to you on how nice you want it to look. Okay? Very important that you put something of interest in here. And this is standard webcast participation. The room owner requires that you register for this event. You put in your name and you build your list. Okay. Now, does anybody have any questions about that? Do you guys need to know where that is to edit that section? I'm his translator. I didn't see that earlier, Deb. So we create our own registration link. The registration link is automatically created once you say it's a private room. Okay? As soon as you set up the room as a private room, the registration link is created. But you can edit how that page looks, and I'll actually show you guys how to do that now, because I think that'll showing you how that happens. I think it'll provide you with a better understanding how that works. So let's do that right now. And before I do that, see where the link is created. Yes, you see how that's created already? It's automatically created for you, the registration link, but you can edit that page. Okay, let's go back here to Manage Moderators. Sorry, I hit the wrong button. I actually want to go to my webcasts. Deb, as soon as you see that, as soon as you make it private, your room, so if I want to edit this page, once I make the webcast private, it automatically creates a registration link. Okay? Now, as you can see right here, it says VirCast, the best new web tool in the business. VirCast, the best new web tool in the business. I'm going to go back to that page. And this is where we can edit and we can put in a video. So let's go to, just to give you an example, let's go to YouTube. Whoops. So let's assume that you created a video and you put it up on YouTube. I'm just grabbing this so that I can prove my point. Point proven. Let's go to Video Manager. How slow can we go? All right, here's a 1-minute video. I'm going to click on this. So again, what I'm doing is I'm just getting the, I actually want to embed. I'm just going to make it small. Copy this, put it inside here. And I'm just trying to remember how to do this. Source code. Center this. And just going to go to submit. Let's see if it took. On edit again. And you can see that that video is in there now. So I believe if I edited the right page, keep your fingers crossed that I edited the right page here. I'm going to go to my Google Chrome, and if I refresh this, I believe that video should be in here. And it is. Okay, so here's that video. So now, I mean, obviously this video is the wrong video, but you can say anything you want. It's called VirCast registration page. It's a different registration, but see how powerful this system can be to increase your sales. You can put anything you want on this page to make it your own. And by adding a video, saying to encourage people to sign up for your all-important webcast, I think is a very, very strong system to do that. Most products, they have to do this type of thing externally, and they can't add video like this. Do whatever you want. Very, very powerful. All right, let's see. Sweet! It is sweet, isn't that sweet? So I think that's pretty easy, and hopefully you enjoyed that piece. I will, again, Terry, I'll check. I know you don't have any other questions. Anybody else have any other questions before we finish here? So when you use the registration link, where does that go? Deb, that goes right over to, as I mentioned earlier, the most important piece to the puzzle is always to go to, my Webcasts link is really your home base to the system. And once somebody registers, if somebody was to register in here, if you slide over here, you see change webcast skin. I'm actually going to go this way. This is to browse the webcast sessions. This is to edit your room. This is to delete it. This is to get the webcast information, again where the registration link is. This is the webcast participants. So once somebody signs up, they become a webcast participant, and you would click here, and here are our web participants right here. So obviously these were just tests that I had. Now I can send out a mail. I can check the mail queue, see if there's anything in the mail queue. Okay, so these are emails that I've generated to go out. If I click on the back button, I can create an email and send out an email message to them. Okay. Now automatically, the customer receives an email once they register. And that I am, by the way, needing to adjust a little bit as well. That's where all the names go. Again, every time you create a webcast, go to my webcast, and if it's a private room and they have to register, that's where the name and email goes, and you can use this as an autoresponder for that webcast. Awesome. On another training, can we cover how to use iframe? Absolutely. I'm going to give you, everybody who is a founding member is going to get free access to our unique replicated iframed site. They can use it anytime. Okay, guys, this class has ended. All right, I hope you guys found that helpful, and we're going to do this more and more and more and more over and over again. It helped me remember a few things that I had forgotten. All right, guys, have a wonderful day. If you have any questions, Terry Holt, if you, I know that you're doing something on Saturday, please contact me later on this afternoon if you can, or tomorrow, and we'll go over making sure that you are all set for Saturday. Thank you, Sislin. All right, guys, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.